What up, guys? This is Jason Guyman again here with another awesome tip and trick to help you grow your business and make you successful. So, the question is how do we plumb a roof pump? How to get a roof pump system going? There's several ways you can do it. You can spend lots of money and buy the whole kit set up and you're ready to go, or you can make it. We always made ours. It's not very difficult, and I'll show you how we make it here. But that being said, please like and subscribe. Try to get my channel to 10,000, and that's what my goal is. But alrighty, on that being said, I'm going to start doing videos every Monday and Friday, so check them out on Mondays and Fridays. And I'm going to start doing YouTube lives on Wednesdays. And what I'm going to do on Wednesdays is I'm going to try to see what some common questions are, maybe do a little bit of a training, and then do some Q&A. So check us out on Wednesday, and then make sure you check back here every Monday and Friday. But you don't care about that. You care about how to build a roof pump. All right, so I want to show you this in pieces versus on the truck. It's hard to show sometimes on the truck. But the first thing we have here, you can do it two ways. This is a 7 gallon a minute pump. You can get smaller. There's a 5.5 gallon if you want to go a little bit cheaper. This one here is about, I believe it's like $200, $185, $200 for this pump. You can go cheaper. You can get the smaller pump for, $80, $100. You can do the 5.5 gallon per minute, also works just as good. This one here is 100 psi. I do like going to 100 psi. Here's the box for it here, if you can see it here, but you don't care about that. So you want to know how to plumb it. So if you want to know how to wire it, check out my other video right up here, and I will show you how to wire it. And I will also have that video at the end that you will be able to, and I do a detailed thing of how to wire a roof pump. So, with that being said, we're going to start out with our suction first. Our suction line is going to be, I always use 3/4 inch suction line for this. And the reason why is it will flow better if you use 1/2 inch going out, but I use 3/4 coming in, and this helps flow max of that pump because we're giving that pump the most that it needs to be able to keep flowing. So with that being said, we use hard suction. I'll have all the links below, either in the description, or there'll be a page on my pressure washing training, and all of the links will be in there. But so use hard suction, 3/4 inch. You'll need a 3/4 inch barbed to 1/2 inch NPT. NPT on the pump here, it's got an arrow right here showing that it flows in this way and flows out. So with that, you just screw the 1/2 inch, 3/4 to 1/2 inch in there, and you put that on there. Up in the description right here, I'll have another video of how you can get these on here. Sometimes I always use plastic. You can use brass, but brass will rot and it'll deteriorate and break. Plastic, on the other hand, it'll get brittle too and break, but it usually tends to last a lot longer. I try to get the scheduled 80 fittings here, and that usually tends to help do it longer. But with the plastic, they don't like to slide in very good. So what you want to do is heat it up, and it'll allow it to come on there. Like I said, you can check out my other video if you need further. But I take a heat gun. You can stick it in the tailpipe and get that hot. You don't want it so hot that it'll just break, but you want it warm enough that you can. I usually try to lubricate the plastic, and then it'll just slide on there. It's pretty tight and hard. Next thing you want to do is put thread tape on here and thread this in here. Now, warning, do not over tighten this right here. If you over tighten this here, you will crack it right here. And if you crack it there, it will not work. On my suction hose, I try to go basically straight from pump into hose right in the tank. If you're going to have problems with, all it takes is just any of these, like sometimes this vibrates loose and it don't take much and you'll lose suction and then it won't work. So with that being said, the next thing I do is I come out through my pressure side right here. And you can either use a 90 or a straight. I just had a 90. They're 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. You screw them in there, right there like that. And again, you want to use thread tape and you don't want to over tighten. Over tightening you will break them. So you screw that in there. Now, there's some guys, and I may try it, I may not. Actually, I'm gonna do one thing here real quick, and I'll show you here. So the next thing is your pressure hose. You can use two different types of. You can use all kinds of different hoses. This here is the shoot. I can't even think. Colonel. I'll put the writing down there in the bottom of it, so because I'm getting it wrong. And then you also have the reinforced hose. This hose, after time, will break down faster than this hose. But this hose here, it's hard on your hands. You about got to wear gloves. By the time you get sodium hypochlorite or that on your hands and this is rubbing, it will do that. Talking about that, remember guys, we are using sodium hypochlorite bleach. Don't get this stuff is dangerous. So, make sure you're using good hoses and good stuff, because if it blows out and gets in your eye, it can make you go blind and it can be bad on you. So remember, chemical safety is very important. Always remember that this stuff that you're playing with is not just, you don't drink it like some people that I know in the industry have tried to show you to do it, but we don't do that. So these are two types of hoses. Some people are actually starting to use the Flex Gorilla 5/8 hose. I'm not against it. That stuff's light. It does all right, and I've had pretty good luck out of a water hose. So with that being said, the next thing that I'm going to show you two different ways here. So what I do is on a lot of my pumps and even my hose reel, I have my pressure line coming here and it goes over to where my hose reel is. And with that being said, I have a quick connect on it. I screw my quick connect in there and I have a quick connect on my reel hose, or if you just winding it up. And what that does is it allows me to break this. Sometimes if you have all that hose on there, it takes a hard time to bleed these off, or to get the air out of them to get them primed. So that's why it's nice to have a short thing here that I can do it. And actually what I do sometimes is, because this is on my truck, what I do is I put this on here, a shut-off valve, and then I put this on there. And that way I got a shut-off valve to keep it from running out of my truck. So what I do is it comes out here, right here, and goes into this quick connect valve. From that quick connect valve, I hook it onto the other side of that, where it's going to go in here, and it goes to this right here. You can use this ball valve. I kind of went to these ball valves, and you can put a pipe out here and make them a little bit nicer farther away, or you take a 3/4 to 1/4 inch, screw it in there, take your quick connect, 1/4 inch quick connect, and screw it in there. And of course you're going to pipe tape all this, and then we got a J-rod here, so that way I can spray it on the roof. So that's going to go to there, right to my my system there, and that's the basics of a roof pump. Now there is one other thing we can do on here, and that is go from our pressure line here, and it's going to go to a thing called accumulator. I'll put a picture in here on the video what accumulator is, and what that does is it allows the pressure to build up in there, and it keeps this pump from running so much. We don't use it, but we probably should. I have used it in the past. I just decided that I don't know. I just didn't do them. They're about $100, and it's one of those things that I probably should be using it, but I don't. With that being said, these pumps here, I know people say, well, why don't you just go to air? Why don't you go to booster? These pumps are $200. These pumps right here, these 12 volts, and you can go even cheaper. You don't have to pay a high dollar for it. But I can get a whole lot of these pumps for the same price of them bigger pumps. You're talking $1,800, $2,000, some more than that. And so that's why, I can get 8 of these pumps. Now, I go through about 1 or 2 a year, so, you do the math. But, like I said, we just got 1/2-inch hose here, and then 1/2-inch here. And like I said, you can actually take a Gorilla hose or Flex Gorilla garden hose and stick on here too, and make a fitting that will actually just pop in here, and that will be your garden hose. Hope that helps you out. I'll do a diagram too, if that might help you out. I'll put it in the I'll have it in my video here, or I'll have it on the website down below. Actually, that's probably where I'll put it, is the website down below. It'll be pressure washing training, probably roof cleaning. And that's where I'll have both the how to wire a roof pump and how to build a roof pump. And I'll just put it all on one page, and that way it'll make it easier that way. But if you have any questions, please ask them. Hope you all have a great day, and like I say, I'm here to help you grow and make your business better and successful. If you need any marketing help, check me out, or signs, anything like that. Hope you have a great day. Thanks.